The chair recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Fallon, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to commemorate the life and service of Mrs. Sue Nell Boenker of Fort Worth, Texas, who passed away October 16th in 2021. Mrs. Boenker was a dedicated mother, grandmother, and a stalwart Christian. She was married to a dear friend of mine, Al Boenker, who's really one of the most magnificent human beings I've ever had the good fortune to encounter. Mrs. Boenker was born on April 27, 1949, in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And on December 5th, 1970, she married Al Boenker, and they lived together and had a very happy marriage for over a half century. Sue Boenker personified the American dream. In 1998, she started her own all-state insurance agency firm and quickly became one of the largest firms in the state of Texas. And she continued to operate it successfully for many years. Without a doubt, she was an inspirational role for many people and many entrepreneurs in particular in the North Texas area and beyond. Ms. Boenker was also an exemplary member of her community and a leader in the business world. She was a devoted woman of faith who never hesitated to pray for the health and well-being of others. She was very selfless, and those that knew her knew that she was incredibly gracious and very generous with her wealth, but also, and far more importantly, her time. And beyond that of a familiar nature, she was also dedicated to human service, and she will forever be remembered in the hearts and minds of those individuals that she cared for and served. I've requested that a U.S. flag be flown over our nation's capital to recognize a wonderful American life that Sue Boenker led. And she always put God first. She put her country first. She put her family first. She put her friends first. And I know that she's been sorely missed. And Al Boenker lost his soulmate 2 years ago. And Al is a great salesman. He is a self-made guy. He's done incredibly well. He's very generous. And the reason for his success was Sue and the virtues that they shared, which were honesty and integrity and loyalty. And you know what we're all striving for in our lives? Doesn't matter if it's personal, political, professional. You're searching and starving for authenticity, for people to be genuine. And that's one of the reasons why so many people do succeed in business, is you have to have these virtues in place. And Al Boenker has those. And he touches the lives in such a tremendous and magnificent way of the folks that he encounters. For me, he's not only a dear friend, but a mentor and really an inspiration to recognize and make sure that you put family first and recognize that you represent, as a member of this august chamber, 767,000 people. And you have to serve them. And that's what Al Boenker did. That's why he was so successful, is he served and he not only did he make great commercials, but he gave great rates and helped people just that little bit more when they needed insurance, whether it was home, auto, life, what have you. He was there and people trusted him. And I just wanted to take this moment, Mr. Speaker, to recognize the loss that Al Boenker suffered when his wife, Sue, left the surly bonds of this earth. I think the greatest compliment any of us can pay to another person is to look them in the eye and say, the world's a better place because you're in it. And the world was certainly a better place when Sue Boenker was in it. And Al, the world's a better place because you are still with us. So, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the time. God bless the Boenker family, and God bless Texas. I yield back.
Gentleman,